Inimini Auto, inside no script.
This is the inside look of No Script, and this is actually where the first frame was started.
This is Inimini Auto Productions. My name is Joel, aka a lot of people know me as J Films.
My name is Chris, Chris Argons. Knowing him, he's a very talented man behind the camera. Now he's gonna be in front of the camera. I started more with traveling videos on my free time. I got some positive feedback from that. And for him, for a long time, he's always been very good behind the camera. And how the whole thing really started was freaking invested in himself with getting these cameras and stuff. And then he's like, yo, bro, I'm not shooting anything. I'm like, yo, let's try, we do what we like to do. We like to ride bikes. We like to go around and shit. And we're using a lot of little action cameras. We have these bigger rigs and bigger equipment. So I'm like, yo, let's just start with the garage here. Let's film something. And that's how that whole scene happened. And when we kind of look back at it, probably got something in the two end though. From that point, I was like, I think I have access to a different location. Let me go. And then that's where we got the disco ball scene. I guess incorporate me as a different character. And like I said, we still had no plot or no idea with it. It's just, since we had him picking up the phone over here, I'm just on the person on the other line. We just kind of improvise with the dialogue, and that's where we start with me on the phone, like, fuck. Like, fuck, what did I get myself into? And literally, that's how Inimini Oro kind of started. It's like, what did we get ourselves into? There's a lot of things running through the minds too, but to kind of like put it out here on camera for y'all to see it too, it's gonna be dope, yo. Whatever's coming in the future is awesome.
We had a great time shooting. Shout out to Café Balearica. So basically, I didn't expect to see all these light in that space. Salió una vaina bien,
It was the motorcycle scene where he's getting the location of the drop, stacking these visuals, and it was like a visual freestyle. So we kind of had to create a dialogue. As you can see, we're not actors. I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of painful for me to watch, but it was funny to do it. You know what I mean? You'll see some of the scenes, like, I couldn't even hold it in. We were laughing. And like I said, at the same time, he was almost, when I was behind the camera, he was trying to teach me while trying to be acting, while making sure he's in frame. I'm over here doing what I know how to do, and I was doing like the behind the scenes. That whole time, mostly focus. That's like my style. I was mostly focused on that whole thing. He's like, yo, bro, he was looking at the ring. So but it's funny with that shit.
This guy, man. I'm thinking that he's behind the monitor watching everything, and he with the little kid was looking around like, yo, bro, am I on frame? Yeah, I think you're on frame. Then I go back and check out the playback. My head is chopped up. I'm like, what the fuck we doing, bro? Stay focused.
And motorcycle gear director, bro.
I'm sweating. I was fucking sweating.
That was the whole thing too. So, like I said, it's kind of incorporating two different kind of styles. But then you can see this whole freestyle that we created. Two people, me and him only. Lighting, everything was natural lights, no additional setups. These are the only lights used in the whole production. This or the only mic'd up we did at the Café Balearica. I was mic'd up with the lavalier there. Other than that, I was using the DJI mic minis, like from the behind the scenes. And we're like, yo, I got a mic. We could just use this stuff because we just didn't want to set up. We just wanted to shoot like cool stuff. So, and we just improvised with the dialogue at that moment.
Shout out to DJI. Going back to the parking lot, we shot the scene, right? But out of the sudden, when we was putting the video together, we felt that something was missing.
We kind of were forced to do that because, like I said, we went back to fix those shots, and we didn't kind of have the space to do it. So,
it was fun. It was a challenge for us to make these things look the way we wanted to look. All
right, so I just want to kind of talk about the next scene after the disco ball and the Café Balearica. We were going to scout locations, and we were just riding around with the equipment and kind of ready to shoot something. We just wanted to kind of show, all right, now after the phone call, that's where you see he's pushing out the bike from behind the area. I guess we were near like the train tracks or something like that too, and he noticed one of them passing by. He kind of runs over there with the camera and sets up and was able to capture that shot, which is like, it looks pretty cool. Like, it makes it look like crazier budget, I'll be honest. So yeah, I had to give him credit for that. I wanted to kind of use my drone at night and never use it at night. He told me like, yo, these are the kind of frames or angles that we should get. He's like, it was like 3 frames. But I'm like, I'm still just doing it how I like to shoot. I like to kind of capture this all over kind of view of around 360 and have like a center object. So yeah, I see the scene when he kind of goes up, rides up the block and he comes back, kind of go up and come down. But I wanted to do the wraparound as he's driving. And when I did that, I smacked right into a pole. And that's where you'll see, like, if you made it to the behind the scenes on the no script final film. Yeah, I crashed it and I destroyed it.
He was excited to fly the drone, but you know, he didn't know that there was a lot of situation in the area. So he just started making 360 with the drone, and I don't know where, going 360, going on, and boom, the drone collapsed. And then I go and yo, what happened? You crashed the drone? It was like, no, but the gimbal is tweaking. I was like, what? And you see the skyline in the back. So
I was supposed to be flying the drone during that scene, kind of again from behind me to get a pass to get the skyline, but couldn't get that look because I'm a professional drone flyer.
now he got a professional license. My dialogue was I froze like 20 times to say one line. And what was the line? Fuck.
Yeah.
I keep saying shit. Say the same thing.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm about.
Man, fuck this shit. Don't worry, we got this shit.
Shit.
Fuck off, bro.
That's not the line.
All the cones you seen in all the shots, they were there. Like, I don't know what the heck it was. Every time we saw a cone, I guess we were just triggered. Like, yo, we're gonna shoot here. Maybe subconsciously. Because all those cones, we're not carrying around cones and setting up locations. They were just there.
It felt like we paid for somebody to put those cones there and wait for us to come with the big trucks, big lights.
That's right. But yeah, I think you should speak on that a bit more too.
No Script was shot on a Sony FX30 with a Blazar Super 35mm anamorphic lens, 1.5. Everything was amazing. Didn't expect that. Nunca pensé en grabar anamorphic hasta que lo puse en práctica y me encantó. Muy duro, muy duro.
Subtitles.
Tengo que hablar español también porque imagínate, tengo que tirar mi código, you know?
You know, the crazy shit is I don't even speak Spanish, bro. I'm Ecuadorian, Puerto Rican, but I understand enough, but I don't speak it. But
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's another thing. It's like my English is not very good looking, and this guy don't speak Spanish, so sometimes it's a little tricky to communicate. But we always get to a point that we always be on the same page. And if I'm wrong, he always correcting me. If I'm right, I correcting him. You know, and that's how we make sure everything stay in pace.
crazy shit is, for not good looking English, that made sense. You know?
Everything was shot in Queens, Long Island City, Queens,
Or Astoria.
or Astoria. Yeah.
Or in Café Balearica, just in Williamsburg. Those are the only locations basically that we use here. Again, thank you for watching. Yeah, again, this is Inimini Oro.
So this is the inside look of No Script, and we're looking forward to give you guys more projects. Yo, I feel like back in the days when I used to do this for a living. Now, now it's like trying to get back to the living thing.